Hi, I'm the Omnituts CEO, and in this quick tutorial, I'm going to be teaching you some very basic color correction that you can apply to your images to make them look, well, a bit more dramatic. As you can see here, I've got open this nice example, this quick room that I've rendered out in Cinema 4D, and this might look a bit dramatic to you right now. I'm just going to show you that I've just applied 3 basic color correction layers on top of the original background layer. You can see I've added a sort of vignette look. I've added this slightly blue color correction, and I've also got some really nice crisp colors to make it look more attractive. So I'm just going to delete all of these layers, and I'm going to start from the beginning. As you can see, this is the original very clean render from Cinema 4D. If you want, we'll be publishing some tutorials on how to make this very same effect as well. So select your background layer, and then go to this half white, half black circle down here. Click on it, and click on the curves color correction. If you watch other tutorials, you'll find out that curves are very essential towards color correction and are used in almost every color correction technique. You're going to see a grid and a line. You're also going to see a few color options right here in the RGB tab. But for now, I'm going to select the line at the very bottom of the top right square, and I'm going to drag it up slightly to the left. As you can see, as I drag it, the brightness of my image will be increased or decreased according to which place I drag it. If I drag it up, and I'm only going to drag it up a bit, so about there, I'm going to find that there's an increase in brightness, but this makes it look a bit unrealistic, so we want to add some more contrast to our picture. So I'm going to go down to the bottom of my image, and on the top right corner of the bottom left square, I know that's a mouthful, you want to select the line and then move it slightly down to your liking until you get a nice crisp feel to your image with all the colors popping out very nicely and showing all the individual details of your picture. That's what we really need to do in this properties for the curves. Now close it off and click on your background layer again. Now we're going to add that sort of vignette feel, or a primary vignette feel. We'll be adding the secondary colors for the vignette in the next layer. So we're going to select the background layer, and we're going to click on the half black, half white circle again, and we're going to add another curves adjustment. But for this one, we're not going to be touching the overall scale. We're going to be going to the blue, which you can also access by hitting Option 5 or Alt 5 on the Windows. Next, we're going to use the primary and secondary handles instead of adjusting the actual line itself. So I'm going to select the top right handle, and I'm going to drag it about halfway down. You can immediately see that the yellows are starting to pop up. This is because the green and reds are the only colors there. So it gives us, you can see the reds and greens popping out a bit more. That's because we're decreasing the brightness of the blue. But we're going to increase the contrast of the blue to about halfway as well. So you can see that it's halfway down on the top right and halfway up on the bottom left. So you can see that creates a nice sort of vignette blue feel. I'm just going to minimize this properties panel, and we're getting a really nice feel here. So if I just select my background layer and set to the default, I'm going to get my black as my default foreground color. Next, I'm going to create a new layer by clicking the new layer icon, or Shift Command N or Shift Control N. Then I'm going to select that layer, and I'm going to hit Option Backspace on Mac or Alt Backspace on Windows. And that's going to fill in the black. You'll notice that it's slightly blue, so you want to turn off all your color corrections so that you can actually see the actual color. Next, you want to select your brush tool and make it to a size that fits your canvas. Well, approximately. It shouldn't be bigger and it shouldn't be too small. Use your curvy bracket keys, which are near your Enter key, and just play around and find a size that works for you. For example, this wouldn't be suitable since the color goes off the edges. So I'm just going to set it down to 1300 pixels, which works fine. Also, make sure that your hardness is set to 0 and your opacity at 100%. Next, we're going to select a color in which the B value over here is at 50. the mid-gray in all the colors. So I'm just going to click on OK, and then I'm going to click in approximately the center of my image. Just once, because otherwise the effect will become too intense. And now I can turn on the rest of my color correction, and you're immediately going to see some differences taking place in the gradient. Don't worry about this right now. Next, you can send your blending mode to multiply or overlay. I personally prefer overlay since it blends in the colors quite well. So I'm going to click it, and just like that, we're going to get this weird sort of effect. Don't freak out, because this might not be what you want. So I'm going to set the opacity to something quite low, like 60 maybe, or if that's too intense for your liking, you can also set to something even lower, like 40%. And just like that, you can see we've added some awesome effects to our image, and we've just overall made it look a bit more attractive to the eye. You can even merge these layers, but if you merge it, you'll see that all the effects are merged together, and you won't really get that nice feel. So I don't recommend merging them. And if you want to show this tutorial to other people, and you want to use these same color correction techniques, you can always just turn off the eyes and then just turn it off in just one click. So thank you for watching this quick Photoshop tutorial. I hope you really liked it. For more, go to Omnituts.com. Also check out our beta website, which is currently under construction, at beta.omnituts.com. Also remember to like our page on Facebook, follow us on Twitter, and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And I'll see you guys in the next tutorial. So thanks for watching. Bye.